What's up, ninjas? What is going on? Just pulled up at this house where I couldn't finish it last night, so we'll go ahead and show you the front, how it looks, because you weren't able to see last night actually because it got super dark. But there's the front, and we're gonna get ready to tackle the back, and I'll set the camera up and show you the back. Let's say this: how would you ninjas feel if you wake up one morning and let's say you had all your equipment on the trailer, just as I do now, which is not all my equipment, but I'm just saying, let's just say you have your equipment on the trailer and you wake up and it's completely gone. $25,000, $30,000, $50,000, whatever. Everything is completely gone. Would you give up? Would you start over? What would you do? What can you do? What should you do? And you're probably wondering, but Nick, why Nick? Why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about this? True story, this is exactly what just happened a few days ago to a ninja up in Missouri. He had all of his equipment stolen, even his trailer. They hooked, broke the chains, hooked, and just hauled everything off. He had about $25,000 to $30,000 worth of mowers and trimmers and blowers. And I don't share this story with you ninjas with excitement or any kind of crazy energy. This is a serious matter. This gentleman's whole business is at stake, and he's got a lot of decisions to make, a lot of improvements to make, a lot of choices, a lot of mistakes that he recognizes he made. And I think it's really important that we remind ourselves, all of us, of the things that we need to do, the things that we can do better, and to protect ourselves, because we are all at risk of this kind of thing happening to all of us. Just got off the phone with him. We had a great chat. Really nice gentleman. He's been in business 3 years. He's got 2 little kids, younger. Everything's gone, so he's got to start from scratch. One thing about Ladarius is his name. One thing about Ladarius is he's not a quitter. He's a fighter. And his exact words are, my kids are watching me. It is up to me to teach them and show them when you get knocked down like this, you can't quit. You got to get up and you got to fight. But we can all learn from this and help each other, remind each other. So that is exactly what I'm going to do in this video. So we're going to talk about this as soon as I get done with that backyard. But before we get into it, I also would like to say I'm probably going to start looking into hiring a part-timer. Jazzy James hasn't really been able to help me much, but that's understandable. I'm just making a statement here. It's not a big deal. He's got his own business. He's got a lot of stuff going on. He's also, I think, got some other side businesses that he's doing, some catering and stuff. But you know, and that's totally fine. But there are some jobs also coming up. I'm good right now, but I'm got some jobs coming up where I'm gonna always at least need one other person. Okay, ninjas, it's a wrap. Just got everything done. All the leaves are blown. Remember, this is not like a finalized leaf cleanup, so little details I'm not really worried about because I'll be back. But I think I got majority of it. This is the biggest tree they have in the back here, and it looks like most of the leaves, if not pretty much all the leaves, are down. So when I come back, it'll really be more of a detailed touch-up. But I got all the big stuff. As I mentioned in last night's video, this particular customer, he just wants me to push all the leaves over here. He's got some bamboo growing, and he was asking me a while back, he's like, do you think decomposed leaves just sitting there will kill it? Because, you know, or stop it from growing? I told him I don't know. I have no idea, probably not. But he was like, okay, yeah, I'll just push it down there and let it sit there. I don't really care. But it doesn't look like it's killing it, so anyway, not my issue there, but it's done. It looks good, and it makes them happy, and that's all that matters. Like I said, I'll be back here in about 2 weeks, and then I'll do a finalized touch-up, so to say, but much better than what it freaking was. That was a lot of leaves. I want to say I was here a little over an hour, and yeah, it wasn't too bad. And this is the kind of job you really can't get caught up on little details when you're just maintaining the leaves and not doing a final leaf cleanup. So don't ever, get caught up on every single leaf. I am a little bit OCD when it comes to stuff like this, so I have to kind of like remind myself not to worry too much about it. Otherwise, I'll be here all freaking day. And this is one of the most difficult backyards ever, even when it comes to mowing during the season. I've mentioned this before. If this was anybody else, I'd probably pass on this. But it's older couple, and I don't know. I feel bad of just letting them go. They've been with me now for years, and it's one of those things, you just have a hard time letting go because they'll be in trouble, and then they'll have to find somebody else who's going to either charge them out the tail or turn them down, and I just don't want to do that. So if they're happy with what I'm doing, I'm happy with them. I'll suck it up and do it. As far as during somebody's shooting fireworks. As far as during the season, you can't really put a mower back here. One, it's downhill. Two, it'd be only a push mower and be the part down there where you could do a push mower only. The rest of this is just weed eating. So we just weed eat the whole backyard anyway. With two guys, it's not a big deal, but when I am solo, and I have done it solo, it takes me a minute, but it is what it is. But it's done. I'm out of here. Let's chit chat with what I mentioned earlier, and we're gonna conclude this video. That's all I'm gonna do today. There's not enough daylight to do anything else besides it's Sunday. I'm only back here because I didn't finish it last night. So, and here's the front one more time. What I did last night in the dark. Looks good. Let's finish this video and let's talk about, like I said, today, I'm not gonna lie, I had to push myself to get that leaf job done. I haven't slept really all night. Baby Ninja's just been super sick. This morning around 5-6 o'clock in the morning, he had like 102 fever, 103, and we woke up. We had to give him a cooler bath to bring his body temperature down. I think Mama's taking him to the doctor tomorrow. He started to do a lot better, and he seemed to be making improvement, and then all of a sudden he came back. So I don't know, poor kid, man. I feel bad for him. I hate it. It's one of the worst things when your children are sick and there's just nothing you can do except give them the medicine and hope that they're going to get better. Now, this is his first time getting sick, so for real sick, so it might be one of the reasons why it's so hard to kick the bug. Got to look at the positive. It is important for your children to get sick. It builds their immune system. If they don't get sick now, they're going to get really sick when they start school. So, but anyway, the point is I'm tired, and I really didn't want to do that leaf job, but sometimes you're going to feel like that, ninjas, and when you do, you just got to push yourself, because dust. If you don't do it, nobody else was going to do it. So it's your business, you're the owner, you got to do it. But speaking of business, as I mentioned earlier, what happens if everything goes missing? What happens if things get stolen? What happens if you wake up one morning, or you go outside and your trailer is completely missing? Or at least maybe the equipment on your trailer, or let's say the whole trailer. Let's say you didn't have it hooked to the truck. It's probably one of the worst nightmares and chill feelings a self-employed entrepreneur can go through. I spoke with the gentleman from Missouri. They stole about $25,000-$30,000. It was an enclosed trailer. They broke the chains and everything. He had his truck in the shop. so he didn't have it hooked to the truck, but he locked everything up, and they just broke everything and took it. He caught it on camera, his house camera, but as they ran out, the thieves already broke the chains, and they were just pretty much already hooked and taken off. Called the police, made the report, and he's out of, oh, well, with the camera, of course, they shared it on social media and all that, and they were able to recover the trailer. They were able to recover the trailer. They found it, and it was pretty much soaked in gasoline. They were trying to torch it and burn it down completely, I guess get rid of the evidence, but they didn't have time or something, because there was gasoline everywhere. But they didn't get to do it. But they stole everything in it. He had 2 V-rides, so scabbers, and they took that. They took all the rakes, they took all the trimmers, the blowers. They left the racks, but I guess because it was bolted. But everything's gone. He lost everything, and he's been in business 3 years, as I mentioned earlier, and he was hoping to pass this business down to his children. He's got 2 children. Ladarius is his name, and a really nice guy. We had a great chat, and I'm really sorry that happened to him. I reached out to him, Ninjas, because I know the feeling of how it is to lose things or have things stolen. I had a push mower stolen. I've had 2 trimmers stolen, and this was before I got the Green Touch racks. I just had some homemade racks that I did and welded pieces of metal together, and so I know the feeling, except his is only 10 times worse. So I reached out to him because I came across the story. I want to thank Ninja Mike for sharing that story. He's the one who sent it to me, and I reached out, and we played a little phone tag back and forth, but we finally got each other on the phone. And I just wanted to show my support and tell him that I'm sorry. He's not alone. Tell him I know how it feels when things get stolen from you, and just to let him know he's not alone, and get a little bit more insight of the story too from him. But ninjas, you got to protect yourself. One of the biggest lessons in this story, I think, that we can all learn is how important it is to have insurance. He had liability insurance, but he did not have any insurance on his equipment. Now here's why. He just got liability insurance, and so he was working towards getting his equipment insured. But in the meantime, as he's working towards that goal, he called his homeowner's insurance, and long story short, he said, I think his understanding was that, something along the lines of, personal items will be protected, but that's not the case. And now when something actually happened, come to find out they don't protect anything as far as any kind of stuff that's not in his home. He was very honest with me. He said they did send him like a $1,200 check, just because, I guess they figure, well, you did have some trimmers and blowers and things, as any homeowner would, so it helps, but it's nothing compared to what was taken. And so the biggest, like I said, the biggest thing I think we can all learn from this story is you have to get protected. It can happen to you. Sometimes we may go for many years, nothing happening to us, and we just don't think about it. We think it will never happen, but it always happens when you least expect it. Liability insurance does not cover your equipment. Liability insurance covers your customers. Liability insurance covers if you damage somebody's property. You have to get business insurance on your equipment, and it is part of the package in your liability insurance. It's probably going to be on the same policy, but you have to add that on. And it's not super expensive, but it's also not cheap for somebody who's just starting out. He's in his 3rd year, and he had probably about, freaking dust from last job, he had about 36, 7, 8 customers. All his customers are on standby. Probably, most likely, most of them are going to find somebody else. But Ladarius is determined. He is a fighter, like he said, his own words, as I mentioned earlier, he said, I've got 2 kids who are watching me, and I'm not gonna quit. So he's starting out with nothing, but he's gonna try to recover and build and try to get what he can. And it's a major setback. We work so hard in our business. This equipment is not cheap, and for somebody just to take everything away from you that's taken you years to get, it's devastating. It's devastating. Protect yourselves, take care of your equipment, get insurance. Don't count on your homeowner's insurance. They're not gonna cover jack unless it's probably your home. And homeowner's insurance, they're gonna give you the runaround even if your home gets damaged. I had an experience with my homeowner's insurance. We had a huge storm come through. My roof got totally messed up. Actually 6-7 houses in my neighborhood got messed up, and all the other homes were getting new roofs and getting other things done, but mine was giving me the runaround. They sent out a guy and told me that it was below my deductible damage when I had water coming into my house. Mama Ninja was getting ready to deliver. Was I boiling. I had a fight with them. I was so mad, I had tears in my eyes how mad I was. If he was standing in front of me, I'd probably strangle the guy I was talking to. I told him I did not want to talk to him again, and he better never call me back. So they ended up forwarding me to a lady, and they sent another adjuster out. Just a long story short, they finally approved it. And they approved many other things that I didn't expect. I just wanted the roof done, but I did not expect, because they saw what I just went through with them, with the storm, how furious I was. So they were trying to de-escalate the situation at the time. They didn't try to do that at first, but you have to fight for your stuff. But when it comes to your business, your equipment, they're not gonna cover that. I think Delirious is pretty lucky that they even sent him a $1,200 check for some of the small stuff like the trimmers and blowers. So anyway, I'm tired. I've been up all night basically, but I wanted to make this video because I felt like this is really important to remind all of us. Protect your things and expect the unexpected. You never know when it can happen. All right, thank you for watching. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything tomorrow work-wise. They're calling for rain, I believe, unless something changes. I still got to do the whole cleanup in the garage. I got things to clean up. I've already started, and I've been working on here and there. Really just this whole thing with Baby Ninja being sick has played a toll on us, but it's like we haven't gotten a break ever since we came back from the vacation. So, and it's going on 3 weeks now. But we'll see if I'm gonna have a pump Monday video tomorrow. If I do, it'll be probably something like that. I gotta make an appointment for Tiny. He's due for an oil change. Also, I think he's due for the 2 fuel filters, so that might be something I'm gonna go ahead and have them do while they do the oil change. And yeah, that's it. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Take care. Peace.